Another beautiful day, yeah, another beautiful Monday for us to talk about the things that happen for inside the country. Welcome to Updated Pressures. And today, plenty things, plenty we be so we'll go talk about. As we hear say Fidelity Bank fit likely go bankrupt as the summer then one kind court judgment to go make them spend over 200 billion naira. Where they go get that money from to use enter that matter. Plus, including things in where they share. As Omoyele Sowore again and again and again don't come for Peter Obi, attack Peter Obi. Why? Nobody know this time around. Waiting because of say he see him for picture together with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He don't come again, come tweet again, say, hey, come they call Peter Obi names as usual. And Nigerians don't come they remind them other things. Say, wait. The last time we checked, David Hundeyin accused you of something or reveal something about you. Why you define them hard to respond to David Hundeyin? Why it be saying that every time Peter Obi they respond to that? Now waiting Nigerians and don't they tell them. And I go show on everything for inside of this matter. Plus including the one where we say Kenneth Okonkwo don't come talk concerning coalition as Atiku team or Atiku coalition team don't offer Peter Obi vice presidential candidates. Atiku coalition team don't offer Peter to be vice presidential candidate. And Kenneth Okonkwo don't come talk about him for this. He said concerning coalition, he said now only united opposition now go fit win APC for 2027. The make work inside Labour Party as Abure faction. They say Abure's prosecution recommendation were vindicated. Labour Party House of Reps caucus leader now they talk this one. And Obi don't react to the way we be say they come begin politicize the Vatican matter. He said Vatican shouldn't be politicized. Vatican visits should not be politicized. Now, so Peter Obi come talk. Meanwhile, NBA, will be Nigerian Bar Association, don't set up anti-corruption committee for all the 130 branches across Nigeria. We will see as that one go use Shelley. I tell you now before say Fidelity, the face Fidelity Bank, they face bankruptcy as Supreme Court order banking giant, that is the bank, to pay 225 billion naira in damages to a particular Nigerian company. Waiting they do this company, we're gonna let you know. Meanwhile, Bukola Saraki will be the former presidential candidate, former Senate president, and the person will be say former governor of Kwara State. You don't come out contact say Buhari frustrate prevent good things and we supposed to be happen to Nigerians and good things when Nigerians be supposed to benefit from. Say Buhari frustrate them and prevent those things from happening. Waiting be those things, we're gonna let you know. Meanwhile, good news. So those when they say you need to ever carry good news. Good news don't plentiful everywhere. As Nigeria don't deal ready right now to begin manufacturing its own electric motor them for inside Nigeria. As China don't establish electric vehicle factories plant for inside Nigeria. That's the good news. At least we'll get our own made in Nigeria motor them. Abi? 2027 coalition. Atiku camp offers Obi VP role in one-term deal. I don't tell you that matter. And meanwhile, 2027 PDP Obidient differ with Yakasai over Tinubu's chances because Yakasai say nothing go make where Tinubu no go win 2027 election. Say nothing go make. Nothing. Now people gonna tell and say, hey, oh God, don't be too sure. You cannot be sure like that. My people, now all of this matter and more I carry come on Aduma. Plus, I go also give on the details we get to do with JAMB and how about 15 students will go receipt JAMB on Saturday don't lost. Till now, they never hear anything about them and their families don't they worried. Except they go don't hear things about them right now. Me, I don't know about. But from the time we be say I filed the report on my report, the family members of these people will go write JAMB, never still hear about them. And guess what in JAMB do? JAMB don't react concerning the matter. You know what in the talk? They say, hey, our hand not there inside though. No, but we they choose the centers with students, the states which or the town where students they write the exam. Now then they choose them by themselves. Oh wow. Oh wow. All right, my people, let's get down into business. Maybe we should just even start with this JAMB matter because it's really very annoying and crazy. How can people go and write examination? How many of them till now they don't know where they did? They don't feel find them. How this kind of matter take they happen? So initially yesterday, as I say, make us throw past the straight of Twitter. Now so I can see say a JAMB been the response to a particular message where it be say I think Osi Tachido Oka put up concerning person who then talk say, oh, it's called plenty results. It's called high for inside JAMB examination. And meanwhile, before then, this matter will get to do with these students them. Don't they trend since so JAMB not talk anything about that matter. This now the tweet where we say Osita Chidoka put up where we say then respond to. Yeah, when they talk, say, if they talk about presentation about person who score one kind mark and all that. Now waiting if say they talk about them, the JAMB can't respond from them quickly. Say, this person wanna say score this kind mark. You know, score anything or saying a false claim. When I say I'm false alarm. The social media is agog with nasty with post by and can't talk about and can't they react. When some people can ask them questions, say, I bet more no vex so. On a mean say on a no day inside the social media since early morning. When people don't they post about students, then we be say they don't whether na kidnap or na die they go don't die because of say they go write exam one as you schedule. On a no they aware of them because people really got angry and started responding to JAMB about that matter. Say, on a no know about this kind of matter. Say some students will go right on an examination, they face problem. On a no know now. This now waiting a business person, right? This is deeply concerning news. Okay, about the matter. But before then, let's even go to where the people called in, tweeted in to reprimand JAMB over the one way be said they quick to respond to matter we get to do with person where they say they carry himself as person we score the highest score. Meanwhile, no being scored the highest score. Because people now got angry and said, no, Jam, this is becoming unbecoming. People post on here say, are you normal? Is this what is important right now? We're hearing that 15 students went missing and you're talking about nonsense. Now, waiting people ask them. And guess what? Trust JAMB enough to respond to these buzzbuzz or buzzbuzz where be say and people write about them because immediately JAMB begin respond. In fact, other people can also tweet them under tagging them to let them know say this one wanna they do. And I know say students they where be say disappear. See person can also tweet contact tag JAMB. Now JAMB respond say the 15 students them uh, the 15 candidates who reportedly encountered difficulties while traveling from Onitsha, Anambra State to Okigwe, Imo State for the rescheduled examination had suspiciously selected. I don't understand. This no official jump handle. Say the people them suspiciously selected Okigwe as their preferred examination center. The candidates them and then use their hands suspiciously. This is as quoted as by Jambo. Now Jamb write them that the candidates suspiciously selected Okigwe as their post-UTME examination center and say as their examination town during registration. Consequently, upon which their examination centers are duly assigned to Okigwe based on their choice. We categorically reiterate that say nobody will be say write examination where JAMB use their hand put say this now where you must write your exam. So because of that, many people need to can't drag JAMB again. Many people no hold JAMB responsible for waiting happen. See it now. Schools for registration from Onitsha yesterday to Okigwe, Imo State. Two others were rescheduled. Jam just respond to the matter. People don't come for them. People say, excuse me. I beg, who be the person where they handle matter for inside Jam? What do you mean by suspiciously? What do you mean by say people will be say register for JAMB examination suspiciously select Okigwe for as their examination center? They said this is deeply concerning news. I'm so sad, and frankly, it's a situation that could have potentially been avoided. As I commented previously, JAM's sudden rescheduling framed with the Okay, yeah, they talked about a lot about this. People come they talk say this one will be say JAM all of a sudden can't reschedule examination, and the rescheduling just happened sharp. You remember say we talk about them that Saturday. Say some students even miss their rescheduling because some of them they change their centers during that day, that morning. They be don't give them another center before they go that center finish. They tell you say na another center. And then what is this idea behind JAM holding examination as early as 5:30, 6 a.m. Meaning say people will get to come up for their house very early in the morning. Considering the security situation for inside Nigeria, especially within the southeast, north, and northern part of the country, we know how security they dicey. And then JAMB write this on within right in response to the conversation. Aha. Now all their responses with this one will be said and give. As such, the affected candidates will be okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This one, and when they talk, say man proposes, God proposes. When they be the talk, say say all the center, all the people the way be say get they affected for the exam. Say God go, say they go allow them write the exams again because not be their fault. Say they don't do their own as man, and then God don't do as God. So people came for jam. People did not even let them raise that. What do you mean by man propose? Sorry, what do you mean by kiloruke? What do you mean by um waiting me that matter when they talk. That what do you mean by suspiciously? How can students suspiciously register for a particular center, knowing fully well that they will be harmed or hurt in that center, and then suspiciously register, say, now that center? See, you see am? So when they say, which kind of thing be this one? Jam go bring these kids back or their parents. People don't they get angry, they vex or jam well. So which kind of thing be this one where jam they do? How can you mention that students suspiciously chose a particular center to write their examination? And what do you mean by the term suspiciously? And as they come suspiciously choose the center for examination, what then happens to them? Because I do remember that even people like David Hunde even responded to it and said, "Oh, man proposes, God disposes." As the children then don't lost, time be say they don't lost be that one because no be saying at their fault, based on what Jump had tweeted before and said, "Man proposes, God disposes." Abi, okay. So this calls for big questioning because of this rescheduling of examination. Now, 15 students, including I think the proprietor's wife of the wife of the proprietor of the school, and I think one teacher will follow them go. Nobody know where they again. Here now, what people respond to that and say suspiciously, are you people bereft of thinking? Thinking brings in jam building. God forbid, yeah. People come to talk, say, how can you say suspiciously? What do you mean by suspiciously? Which idiot is handling this account? Well, people don't lambast jam well for inside this matter. And the thing just did very, very baffling. Say, I had to raise this alarm because this could be anybody's child. This one could be anybody. If it be anybody picking, nine day involved in this kind of matter. And God forbid, if it be said they no ever come back again, what happens? Here are people's response concerning how JAMB is respond to that matter. How can you say that the 15 children suspiciously selected Okigwe as their exam center? And because of saying that then suspiciously, they were, I think they were in a highest boss where they hired to go write the examination. All of them, including the teacher, the proprietor, and all of them, their numbers are not reachable again. They never hear from them. Their parents and family members, they worried. And the only response Jam Gofi gave, because if to say they no get that glitch, that's unwarranted glitch where they get. These children for no go receipt the examination. And this incident for no happen. And God forbid they kidnap them. God forbid the person that died in go die. And now the response where Jam go give be this. They suspiciously chose an exam center where they want to write. So Jam they exonerated of any blame of anything will go happen because now them suspiciously choose exam center. I don't understand what is happening in this country. So I thought to bring this to the fore, make our as the head of JAM take responsibility, begin, believe, agree, say, and take responsibility, and in that fault for what happened to JAM. I think he should also caution their social media handler because things like that kind of statement of saying that the children who wrote the examination or who chose Okigo as a center, will be said they don't disappear now, that they suspiciously selected that center. I think that is high level of what do they call them? In fact, make a call and say they even gaslight people. High level of gaslighting. Because how can you say so? People, children don't die. And you can't talk, say, oh, they reportedly, suspiciously did what? They suspiciously chose a center that they know will harm them. Since when do people start choosing their centers in JAM? Oh, they choose their cities. I don't even understand. But well, this now one of the things we say don't happen. And I thought to bring it to the fore, make we know about them and make we begin talk about them. Because it did very, very wrong. And this could be anybody's child. And God forbid na kidnap these children, and we do hope they come back alive. Based on what would they hear, what they happen for inside Southeast as a concern insecurity. This one call for a lot of questions concerning the matter. Well, since we don't talk about since we don't talk about what did they call them jam matter already and social media and Twitter, let's go straight to Omoyele Sowore. So passing through the streets of social media again, we saw as Omoyele Sowore don't tweet. He not even just tweet, he put on for WhatsApp status and every status, put them saying, hey, you don't say the Barabbas Coalition General Meeting in Rome. Now, so he tagged the thing with that Peter Obi picture and all of that. The Peter Obi picture with the president and the Fayemi. He said the Barabbas Coalition Meeting in Rome. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Itagam, meets his younger partners in crime. He tagged Peter Obi with Obi grinding from ear to ear. And Kayode Fayemi, they can only deceive the foolish and unwary. Oh, wow. Trust Nigerians too. Nigerians don't come for it. Meanwhile, I didn't tell you after the meeting, after that interview with David Hundeyin on this platform and the accusation we accuse Omoyele Sowore, I reached out to Sowore for, a rebuttal, something we call right of response in journalism, for making get right of response. I am yet to get a response to that invitation till date. I had to write him, even though I know say see my message and he respond. He send me other messages, but he never yet respond to me concerning the message was sent to him on a right of response because it would be very important. Make it be say in here in response. But I also go through in social media, across all in social media, I find out say he never ever make effort to respond to David Hundeyin because David Hundeyin also the same thing he said to us here on that show concerning Sowore. He also mentioned it on his Twitter page in one of his conversations there as there. And then Sowore till date never ever make effort to respond to David Hundeyin on that matter. So people now don't begin ask, say, why is it difficult for Sowore to respond to Hundeyin on that accusation when Hundeyin accused him? Why is it hard for him to respond to Hundeyin? Why is it easier for him to quickly pick on Peter Obi and attack Peter Obi? Is it a deliberate attempt to, bring down or malign P2B's character? A deliberate attempt to make P2B look bad, before people, or to downplay the character and competence of P2B in any way? These are questions people are asking. So why Ibi say it hard for him to respond to anything we get to do with that particular accusation where Ibi say David Hundeyin accused him? Why he never respond to that accusation? And then people also started talking about the fact that, oh well, we know you better now because we don't know you past the way since say you know yourself because we see the way they had you to respond to other things and we don't say you they also I'm trying to look for those tweets because I got them down. We don't say you they try to you they try your best to bring down the character of Peter Obi. We don't know you. And all of that. Remember that when David Hundeyin was in this place, in this platform, when he come do interview with us, he mentioned about Showere's funding and say international community, the fund Sowore media will be Sahara reporters, and that a look through their Wikipedia page, you go say at a point, I think they granted Sowore funding as much as over 100 and I think as much as over 1,700 $1.7 million within 2 years in money we be say they don't give Shawari Media Firm, that is Sahara Reporters. So if you go through Sahara Reporters Wikipedia page, you will see that money there. The amount we be say they don't give them. This is it. You can see it there is on their Wikipedia page. The amount they don't receive in grants, this particular one about 1,700 is just about within 2 years or thereabout. And people don't they talk say, what thing you do, which kind of work you do for these foundations and these different funding agencies where they linked to the Western world. What thing you do for them will make they will give you this kind of big money within 2 years, or where they go even give your media organization this kind of big money. What exactly can you make your source of funding? Can you make your source of income public? And then here for inside this place, so now Shawore, David Hundeyin also accused him of staying of living a lavish lifestyle, even though say no call and lavish, you say in they always live for Radisson Blue. How does he afford a permanent suite or a permanent room in Radisson Blue year in, year out, or time and time again, now there in the state? How he use the afford the money, how he use get the money to the use for Radisson Blue, if not be because of say in the funded by Western world. So bottom line, he's been accused of being a spoiler, deliberately planted by the Western world to make sure say he spoil things. right? And then Showore, I know say you don't hear that because a lot of people who I don't reach out to from the team also tell me, say, oh, you featured David Hundeyin the other day. They heard the interview. And I personally reached him, as I told you, and telling him that, oh, this is what David Hundeyin accused you of in on my platform. I like you to have a right of response and can't respond to the matter. He never respond to us till today. And then people don't they call him out for the streets of social media. Say why he be say every time, every two market days, one of the things we do you very important to do, not to respond or not to accuse or malign Peter Obi character. Why he be say the things way as he dey use malign Peter Obi character, why it never dey possible for you to quickly respond to allegations about your funding and for you to be Western funded the way we BC you dey respond to P2B matter. I put those messages I cropped somewhere, but I can't really access them right now to show you. But I surely did. And if you go through in page, you can also see some people where BC don't respond to matters like that about them. So the phone lines are open. I'd like you to jump in on that conversation. Why do you think Showore is yet to respond to David Hunde on that accusation? And why do you think he continuously picks on Peter Obi? Now, one of the most interesting thing about this tweet where he put up about Peter Obi, where he talks, say, oh, the Barabbas, that is accusing Peter Obi of being part of Tinubu camp and all of those, because he'd always accuse all of them, say they'd be the same, is the fact that his media organization, Sahara Reporters, also wrote about this particular conversation. And they write from the angle of waiting by Onanuga talk. When Ibise on Onanuga yesterday, as we talk about post about Peter Obi pictures with the president, and also saying that, oh, how, narrating how Fayemi bring Peter Obi towards tell Peter Obi made them go greet the president for Rome, since two of them are Catholics. Now he narrated that on his social. This is it. This is Sahara Reporters. This is the headline. How Fayemi brought Peter Obi to greet Tinubu in Rome. So if you know, say your media handle, don't put them like this. Say now Fayemi bring Peter Obi to greet Tinubu. Then why come and post this on social media and say something else differently, accusing them of being the same? That a question where a lot of people they ask, because you know just join body. Your media house, when are you be the Oga founding father? Nine post that one. Then how come you can't write say, oh, Barabbas coalition general meeting, Barabbas coalition general meeting in Rome, where Bola Tinubu accusing Peter Obi of perhaps hobnobbing with President Bola Tinubu, even though say they disagree politically. Why would you do that when you also know from here, from your right up, from your media organization, say, Bayo Ononoga don't explain how that picture came about and how Fayoshe brought Peter Obi to, exchange pleasantries with President Bola Tinubu. What exactly are you trying to achieve by doing this that you did? If your own media don't write about and how, now in fact you even tag and well, you not even go conny way in captioning it. You caption them well. How Fayemi brought Peter Obi to greet Tinubu in Rome. Oh, you even tag them well. But after tagging it well, you still went back to also tweet the one way you tweet. Even if you be say maybe that the tweet come first before the write-up. If the tweet come first before the write-up, seeing the write-up, knowing fully well that you now know the truth, why not at least carefully delete the tweet? Or is it that you're deliberately trying to make sure that you watered down the character of other contestants to just make yourself feel good? Based on that thing where be say David Hundeyin accuse am here, talking say the only thing they do now luta, and now always revolution, 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 without a clear roadmap on how that revolution will happen. I am still looking forward to, even if it's not on this platform, any other platform for Omoyele Sowore to fit respond to that accusation. First about his funding, whether they get fund from Western world, and if they get fund from Western world, on what grants they use get the funding from Western world. And truly, if they lodge for hotel for a long time, if they lodge for hotel for a long time, waiting being source of income, known source of income. I mean, all of us get sources of income, right? So every single money where they make as a media consultant, as everything what they do, they channel. So if you go my account, you go see the one where be say person pay me for media work. You go see the different money then. So for Showore own too, could he make his source of funding public, let people see every single money he makes and how he's able to furnish that kind of lifestyle of living in a five-star hotel for a long time? That's the question. I mean, me talk about this now, waiting people they talk. Say, I beg, make your source of living public, make people see what you they do to even use earn a living, we make it defeat live the kind of lifestyle we be say you dey live. And trust Nigerians, they would always respond. So there's been a lot of, oh, by the way, his team also responded a lot to people on that tweet. When people read, in fact, people even publishing picture together with Peter Obi say, oh, not be you and Peter Obi be this for airport, on the open teeth. You too, why open teeth for Peter Obi for airport? Why you don't see and slap him? Want to say na person where they disagree with. And his people now said, one is the airport, one is Rome. So his people too are busy also responding to this. So there's a lot of buzzwords going on. What do you guys think about this? My own are to bring the matter for table, make on a fit respond inside the matter. And of course, I did do justice to that. Well, that's about it. Phone lines will be open shortly for us to air our thoughts and reactions towards that. But let's get straight to the Labour Party, where the Labour Party caucus leader in the House of Representatives, Honorable Afam Ogene, where Aburi team said they don't suspend. Afam Ogene, representing Ogbaru Federal Constituency for Eastern Anambra State, Abina Ogbaru, has said that he has been vindicated by the recent recommendation by the Attorney General of the Federation for the prosecution of LP Chairman Julius Abure over alleged crimes, including criminal conspiracy, perjury, and forgery. Eh? Ogene has consistently questioned the embattled former national chairman's moral authority to lead the party, particularly following the recent Supreme Court pronouncement and numerous allegations of misconduct or malfeasance against him. Now, it will be recalled that the AGF, the Attorney General of the Federation, made the recommendation for Abure's prosecution by the Nigeria's police on March 7, 2025, via a letter from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Federation, public prosecution of the Federation to the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun. Now, the recommendation followed the petition by the party's governorship candidate in Ebonyi State, which Ogene said was established by investigations. He added that both the police and the Attorney General's office, according to a letter to the IGP dated March 7, 2025, and signed by MB Abubakar, Director Public Prosecutions of the Federation, found merit in the petition leading to the recommendation of prosecution. Now, the letter from the AGF's office said, read in part, following a careful review of the case file, we found that one, based on the brief from your office, this is a prima facie evidence against the suspect, which is Abure, namely Julius Abure, Farouk Omaro Ibrahim, Nkwegu Edward Okereke, and Ojuku Clement, to support the offenses of the criminal conspiracy, forgery, using a genuine a false document, giving false evidence and false declaration, contrary to Section 97, Section 362, and Section 363, 364, 156, and 158, and also 164 of the Penal Code, respectively. Now, according to the detailed findings of the investigation, again, according to the details findings of the investigation report, Mr. Splendor Okoeze, a registered member of the Labour Party, participated in and won the gubernatorial primaries for Ebonyi held on the 9th of June 2022 in accordance with the Electoral Act 2022. Again, subsequently to the aforementioned primaries, Mr. Splendor Okoeze's name was submitted to and published by the Independent National Electoral Commission as the Labour Party governorship candidate of the Ebonyi State in 2023 elections. On the 3rd of August 2022, Mr. Julius Abure, national chairman of the LP, submitted a notice of withdrawal and substitution of candidate from EC 11B and EC 9 respectively forms to INEC, thereby replacing Mr. Splendor as the candidate of Labour Party. Again, the letter also reads that the investigation report indicates that the withdrawal letter attributed to Mr. Splendor Okweze and the signature of the Labour Party membership card, which were used by the suspect, that is Abure and his team, to substitute Splendor's nomination, were forged. That is, they use a Labour Party, they use a letter, use a Labour Party, they use a signature, use a Labour Party card, when no be the man own. So use right to talk, say the man don't withdraw. Now make the change. That is what they're saying. Now, a forensic analysis comparing Mr. Splendor Okoeze's verified signature with the disputed signatures on purported letter of withdrawal and membership card indicated that the signature do not match. Although the suspect denied forging the letter of withdrawal and membership card, investigation indicates that they had the most significant motive to commit the act. Additionally, it is reasonable to infer that the forged documents were obtained by the suspect, considering that they did not deny utilizing these same documents in replacing Mr. Splendor Okweze's name via the INEC forms EC 11B and EC 9, thereby establishing intent and overt acts in furtherance to criminal design. Just explaining this very briefly. So, for you to establish a crime don't happen most times, according to the law, you must get two elements who exist for inside that crime. The facts say there is actually a crime where don't happen, and the facts say before that crime happened, there was an intention by the person where be say won't do that crime to do crime. That is the person carry for mind to commit crime, and then there was also a crime established, right? So according to waiting this letter they talk now, the show say that from the letter, from the forged documents where they use change Mr. Oko name or Mr. Oko is a name, say it shows say they carry for mind, even though say they deny, say not be them forge the paper or forge the signature and those things, but say they carry, there is an intent to commit crime, to use it to commit that crime will be the criminal. So that now what they call access reals and mens rea for inside criminal investigation or law generally. So that's now waiting they try explain for inside here. Now they say it was further established that the affidavit used in supporting the notice of withdrawal was not deposed to by Mr. Splendor Oko Eze. So they even swear affidavit on the person's behalf, where not be him nice why they have affidavits. This one too, follow for waiting they hold them against. Because consequently, I am directed to transmit the case file back to the Nigeria Police Force for prosecution. Now, in a statement, Ogene, however, lamented that despite the clear instructions of the Attorney General of the Federation for the prosecution of the accused, Obi Abure and his team, the police appears to be foot dragging in carrying out its constitutional responsibility. Say even the Attorney General don't do work by listing all of these things and writing to the IGP, transmitting letter to the IGP. Say, IGP, see this letter what I don't receive. Oh, where be say they don't write petition against this person. And I don't go through the petition and I don't see, say then get ground to use acts for the prosecution of this person. I am not gonna go ahead do on a work. Say till now, IGP see the drag leg to take care of that responsibility. Right? Now he said now waiting again will be the majority, that is the APC Labour Party caucus leader for where Abure then suspend the talk. Now he said the lethargic disposition appears to be in tandem with the handling of the matter since it was instituted over 3 years ago. In fact, in March 9, 2023, investigation report authored by Assistant Commissioner of Police, Junaid Bulkar, the police ruled that the fact that some of the suspects have vehemently refused to report in order to exercise their rights to fair hearing. Despite writing them for different letters, they write them 4 different letters and they no agree come answer. Now, you recall that also the aggrieved Labour Party governorship candidate in the 2023 general election in Ebonyi State, Splendor Okweze, had accused Abure, Farouk Umaru Ibrahim, Nkwegu Edward Okereke, and Ojukwu Clement of criminally substituting his name at the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) after he lawfully won the governorship primary election in the Ebonyi State. That is say, now he win lawfully the election, but then act of crime, that is act of tifu mago change in name, carry and replace to another name. And the documents when they exchange them now we show say in party membership card, in signature, even the affidavit where they say in swear, say no be him swear. Specifically, he alleged that they forged his signature and party registration card to support a purported affidavit claiming his withdrawal from the race, where in no withdrawal. Honorable Ogene stated that this development has vindicated his stance that Abure's leadership of the party was marred by corruption and unfair manipulation of internal election processes for selfish reasons. He therefore urged the Inspector General of Police, Oga IGP Egbetokun, to ensure that the suspects are brought to justice, to serve as a deterrent to other political leaders with similar intentions that undermine democracy. On a see the IGP responding to this matter swiftly. Now, wait, Bisa Oga don't raise this alarm now and don't bring this matter to the public. You sure say they go raise matter, then Konkukuma arrest Aburi, them at least call them for questioning. Because you know, say Aburi talk last week when they talk, say if he expose them, if he exposed Peter Obi and Oti, say collect money from them, collect money, he said a lot of things. But then one would expect that Abure and his team would be quick to also call a press conference because he said he was going to call a press conference. We expect that they will be quick to call a press conference and react to this accusation by Mr. Ogene and, of course, the letter by the Attorney General of the Federation to transmitting to the IGP for their prosecution. What do you think about this matter? Be like say, as it be like this, the matter it hot well. Oh, by the way, I not telling us. Say Peter Obi also responding to waiting concern the Vatican visit. Oga Peter Obi don't talk. Say that is Labour Party's presidential candidate in Nigeria Senate and general election. Peter Obi, he say he don't return from a trip to the Vatican, emphasizing that his participation in the inauguration ceremony of Pope Leo XIV should not be misconstrued as political. Say in no way we be say they political. As we say people don't they call them political. When people don't they talk, you say I have just returned from the Vatican and it was a deeply solemn and reflective visit. My participation in the inauguration ceremony was in line with my previous witnessing and inaugurations, swearing-ins, and official ceremonies across the world. This was no exception. Such occasions carry profound moral and spiritual significance. This was never a political event and should remain untouched by politics. Some moments are best reserved for quiet contemplation. That's what he talk. This one, because of the way we be say, some people don't they politicize the matter. People like Omoyele Sowore, as they don't they drag them, and then people like Bayo Nonoga, we don't talk. Say, oh, can't they write big episode on how he use, go see how he use see the president. For those of you who did not watch the show yesterday, I posted exactly how Bayo Nonoga tweeted about this visit and how he used respond about that. So he used tweet them. And people come to talk, say, was this really necessary? This that's what he used put on the tweet. President Tinubu was quick to he talk make I look what I go start on from beginning when he used put up the tweet. And people were like, Oga, spokesperson. That's why they use put up matter. Calm down now, calm down. So this is the beginning part of the tweet when he say he tweet and maybe not because of some of these reasons. Like say President Tinubu met Peter Obi fire share and all that in Rome. President Tinubu, Mr. Peter Obi, he did say quite a lot then. And the narration be that, and people don't respond to that. And Peter Obi don't say, not gonna common politics when inside this matter. This not be politics at all at all. But then let's go on to other issues very quickly before we get to pure politics and written Kenneth Okonkwo talk, where some people fit agree with or feel no agree with right now. And then moving quickly, especially as it gets to do with to strengthen judiciary in some way, especially the legal aspect, that is the lawyers them. On Monday today, the Nigerian Bar Association don't talk say they will set up an anti-corruption committee in all their 130 branches to address corruption-related issues. Now, the NBA National Anti-Corruption Committee Chairman Babafemi Badejo, and I talk this one for inside Lagos. Mr. Badejo say the NBA National Executive Committee at its meeting in Ilorin recently passed the motion for all NBA branches to mandatorily set up an anti-corruption committee. Anti-corruption committees shall be established in all NBA branches to address corruption-related issues within their jurisdiction. They shall work closely with local stakeholders, including law enforcement agencies, the judiciary, and community organizations to reduce corruption at their respective levels. Now, they shall collaborate with the NBA National Anti-Corruption Committee towards a robust NBA coordinated abhorrence of corruption. The national level body shall coordinate anti-corruption efforts across all branches, he said. Now, the chairman added that the NBA, under the leadership of Afam Osigwe, a senior advocate of Nigeria, had already put in place the NBA National Anti-Corruption Committee earlier this year. So NBA, the serious right now, say they go fight corruption well. But in case you're just joining us, let me quickly let you know that please, we'll be having a guest join us this evening. Make we look at the three matter with the disturb Nigeria pass, will be poverty, insecurity, and economy matter. Let's even look at them. The whole things we be say they disturb Nigeria. Him, a security expert and public affairs analyst. Oga Alex Okonkwo will join us this evening by 6:30 on the dot. So in the next 2 hours, thereabouts, we go day live again to bring on this conversation. So kindly join us then. And in case you're just joining us for this moment, at this moment, please kindly click on the like button, like and share, because here we just discuss matter them and they bring on an update of things where they happen for inside Nigeria. So kindly put your tithe, I beg, put your tithe and your offering by liking and sharing this post. Please kindly like and share, and also subscribe if you never subscribed before. Please do well to subscribe, right? That's very good, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then the good news I told you earlier that China is set to establish electric vehicle factories in Nigeria. So that one a good news, and since yesterday and then since Saturday that has been trading, I thought to bring that to the fore so that we hear that at least we'll have our own made in Nigeria electric cars, right? Good job. Now, former Senate President Bukola Saraki don't accuse former President Muhammadu Buhari of sabotaging different efforts to improve the life of Nigerians. In fact, he said the legislature under my leadership was silenced, harassed, assaulted, bullied, and blackmailed, and the executive deliberately frustrated the passage of good laws, initiatives, and recommendations that would have been highly beneficial to our society. Mr. Saraki claimed while speaking in a 2025 reunion gala celebration for inside King's College, Old Boys Association for North America, Houston. And he said the PDP chairman added that, Chieftain added that I could have agreed with everything the presidency under Buhari wanted and cut deals with them all the way. I would have been a good ally. That's to say, to say agree for everything where Buhari do. Say not just to, cut deal with them, collect money, and saying for be better person. But waiting make I not be better person to Buhari, and because of say so many things where Buhari want to agree made in them. Now the Court of Conduct Bureau had in September 2015 slammed an 18-count charge on Saraki after a Supreme Court judgment validated the charges preferred against him by the then Buhari-led administration. But the matter long, sha. But this now waiting Saraki talk. What do you think about it? Now let's move straight to the Fidelity Bank issue before we get back to Kenneth Okonkwo and other issue. I know I did say that earlier, but let me. Did I say that? Yeah. Okay. So we hear that according to this exclusive by People's Gazette, we hear that Fidelity Bank is scrambling to stave off a looming insolvency after a Supreme Court panel found the top lender liable in years-long tort dispute with a little-known general services venture operating out of Ibadan, according to People's Research. And I saw them talk. Now they say the Lagos-based banking group has opened talks with lawyers representing Sagecom Concepts Limited to hammer out a repayment plan. But the Gazette understands that the urgency stipulated in the judgment could hamper the bank's ability to spread out 225 billion naira liability without going under. That is without going bankrupt. How they go use pay that kind of money we court them and pay. Now, to be honest, this is the biggest crisis in the banking sector or the bank has ever faced. A top management official told People's Gazette via video conference over the weekend. The obligation is simply too big. Now, so then talk. Now, if the bank is miraculously spared, we would have the altruism of the small business that got this unprecedented judgment to appreciate. The C-suite official added with precise candor under anonymity to discuss a development that has settled the entire management. Now, the company's stock closed at 20.8%. I think share on Friday overall, it's up nearly 140% with this year, whereas the bank declares 384 billion in profit before tax at the end of 2024. Officials said it was largely driven by interest from loans that had been rolled over, saying they were not uncertain about the inability of its balance sheet to absorb the massive judgment. So, no other institution that should underwrite the damages before being identified as a Monday morning. Da, 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 da. They said a lot of things. So, bottom line, Fidelity Bank gets into a dispute with a client or a customer would be small business, and that one can lead to within the matter they drag from the lower court reach the highest apex court will be the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court now don't come grant that small company judgment. Say make Fidelity Bank pay them about 225 billion naira. The problem is say how Fidelity Bank go use pay this kind of money without going bankrupt. And there's something you should know about the Nigerian banking industry, that no matter the amount of money where you get for bank, if a bank go bankrupt, NIMC should be yeah, those people them and NIC what's be that Nigerian banking insurance wanting company, that this way they responsible to insure, I don't forget their name, to insure banks, right? The only amount that you can get back is 1 million naira. Do you understand? Abi, I'll try to verify that again. I think about just 1 million, no matter the amount of money we get for that bank. So you remember that it happened with, is it the Heritage Bank issue, or which bank we, just go under recently, where people they talk of. So the only time the bank can pay you all of your money, now when EB said they sell back their assets and come collect that money when they use sell back their assets, then they go fit pay you back all of that your money or less. That your money. And no matter the amount, so if you like get 50 million or only 1 million, very now you go forget. If you get 500,000, they will give you your 500,000. You get 1 million, they will give you your 1 million. But if you get more than 1 million, you get 100 million, PM, that 1 million. That is okay. No, I think it's 5 million. I think it's 5 million. I think it's 5 million. Yes, I think it's 5 million naira that you get. Please forgive me. I need to get that figure right. Because I'm working, I can't be doing that research while I'm working. I don't have any assistant around here with me. So I think it's 1 million, right? So 5 million. So 5 million, no matter the amount what you get for bank, and that 5 million naira they go fit give you. So you cannot exceed that amount of money. So now people don't they worried. Waiting be the faith of the people will get money for inside that bank. Waiting then go fit do. That na question where BC people don't they ask. So I thought to bring this conversation to the fore in case you bank with Heritage Fidelity Bank, make it shall begin make hay while the sun shines, right? Okay, so let's go to other issues very quickly. I don't bring in a waiting get to do with Abure. I don't bring in the NBA matter. I don't bring in a Fidelity Bank matter. Saraki and Buhari. The fact say China they bring business come to us, and then let's go to other issues. Let's get straight to 2027 right now. As Ibi say, we hear that there are indications that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar may have offered the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi vice president or vice presidential role on a joint single term ticket. So they say the two of them go agree, say they go only do one term, and they go give Peter Obi vice president, and maybe after that time he go be president, Peter Obi go be vice president. After the presidency, maybe Peter Obi will come contest the next year. Now, reliable multiple sources involved in the coalition efforts who requested anonymity due to a lack of authorization to speak on the matter told the news agencies, news outlets, The Punch reported this, that the proposal was initially discussed during a meeting between Atiku and Obi earlier this year in the United Kingdom. Now, the insiders disclosed that Atiku has committed to serving a single 4-year term, and Obi has agreed to be the former vice VP's running mate. So say Peter Obi don't agree to be Atiku running mate for 1-year tenure. However, the ex-Anambra state governor was said to be working to secure the backing of his core loyalists. So because they maybe in loyalists, them obedient and feel no agree for that matter, making the vice president. So now waiting make him never make him public. This and the scope where we see these people talk. Now in 2019, presidential election, Obi served as Atiku's running mate. So people they talk say Naimbi, but you don't realize say several times people don't talk say a lot of people don't be non talk say if Obi be a vice president say they no go agree. They don't go agree at all. They don't go support him again. So what's your thoughts about this? What thing you think about them? You think saying I'm waiting, you go fit support Obi for if this matter get to be saying not true. If not true, will you keep supporting a Peter Obi? If this matter not true as it take be, I'd really love to take your thoughts, your reaction on the conversation, and what do you think about them, right? Say Peter Obi will be vice president. Meanwhile, Obedient movement don't respond to Yakasai as he dey make marks, then he dey talk say nothing go make way um President Bola Ahmed Tinubu no go win the 2027 election. Say nothing go make a no win. So ahead of the 2027 general election, founding members of the Arewa Consultative Forum ACF Alhaji Tanko Yakasao yesterday declared that at the moment, no candidate had better chances of defeating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the presidential election. That's what the elder statesman talk. More people don't dey talk say, "Oga, you so sure? You know too sure like that." So, elder statesman in the chat with the news in Abuja said he was not aware of any forum where the North took a position to support a candidate from the zone for the election. So say North don't choose anybody from their zone. He said, I haven't heard anybody making any proposition about the 2027 presidential election from Arewa Consultative Forum. And then what is tagged the Arewa Consultative Forum or Northern Elders Forum's position is mere individual opinions. Because even I think the President General of Northern Elders Forum, they talk as I mean nobody neglects the North stand or North contribution into winning election, and that was in the news today too. Because in fact, as he don't talk, well, other people don't respond to it until I'm saying, okay, it can be sure. So the coordinator of the Obedient movement. Yanusa Tanko said while the movement respects the age, wisdom, and experiences of the elder statesman, that it disagrees with him on the position. The Obedience urged Yakasai to have a rethink in view of the fact that there were better, younger, and visionary Nigerians who were prepared to be a better do a better job than President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even PDP too don't react to Yakasai. Say that kind of thing. So make you no think am, be like that. It be maternity day like that all the time. Things are not always the way they seem, right? That's what they tell them. So Gatanko, that's the way they think like that. Nobody say they be. But then let's go straight to Kenneth Okonkwo. As the political atmosphere don't they heated up for the 2027 general election, people don't they talk. And Kenneth Okonkwo will be the former spokesperson for the Labour Party for 2023 elections. He don't also talk. He don't tell Nigerian opposition parties to unite, make them come together. Say now only when opposition parties come together to present a very credible and alternative to the ruling All Progressive Congress, and the only way they go use win. Say if all opposition no come together in one force, present a better alternative to the APC, say they no go fit win. Okonkwo talk this one, when he be say he appear for Arise Television, where he react to the APC Northwest endorsement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu because APC Northwest endorse him. He talk other things too for inside that event, and I go really like make you for know or inside that interview. Let's take a listen to some of the things he had to say, and let
In
me know what you think
politics,
about what he had to say.
candidates have the choice to get into their own discussion and negotiation. But for me, my own take is that whoever believes that he's qualified to be president should submit himself for a free and fair primary election. That toughness that we're going to face in the primary will determine the person that has the capacity to face the tough challenge in the general election. I am not in the league of people trying to persuade anybody to step down for anybody. That should be the decision of the candidate himself, because I wouldn't want anybody to come out and say, I'm leaving this coalition or this party because I was pressured to give up my ambition. I wouldn't have loved to be this or that. So whatever Atiku-Obi are discussing should be left for them. But for me, whoever wants to contest for the presidency should submit himself and contest for the presidency and let the people decide. That's what I'm going to say on that.
Okay.
Now,
the Labour Party ideology question I ask you, please. What's the Labour? Yeah.
Yes, the Labour Party ideology. Remember, it's a workers' party. And so it is to build a new Nigerian personality that is altruistic, that is transparent and committed to due process of law in all spheres of our economy, that will care for the security and welfare of workers. And I'm talking about Labour Party. Remember, the politicians entered into Labour Party almost 3 months before the time. So whether they would have integrated their own ideologies is something only God knows, because it's only God that knows what ought to have been or what would have been.
Okay,
so that's history.
All right, so you heard what Kenneth Okonkwo had to say. Say anybody will be say go come up for any primaries. But do you even see politicians subjecting themselves or submitting themselves to a free and fair primaries in the first place? Are primaries elections did they free and fair? Are primaries elections did they free and fair in the first place? Do we ever have free and fair primaries? Now, most people they talk say most primaries now either connection or money bag primaries. So are primaries they ever did free and fair? And do you see this primaries being free and fair, or political parties holding a free and fair primaries? I think the starting point to where we go fit get the right candidate now by the choice of people who they bring forward in the first place. Who be the people who they present? Because at the end of the day, most general elections, they like say Nigerians they left with little or no choice, because the choices when they get the day very small. We'll come begin choose between the devil and the deep blue sea. Okay, between the worst and the less evil, the lesser evil now will begin choose. So which one will go choose, which one will not go choose? Now waiting people could just be between that, that relationship between, or that point where you dey between the devil and the WC, now where people will come the day. So now waiting Ibi say they try address here. So what do you think about what he said? He also did say quite a lot of other things. He described the endorsement as the endorsement of northwestern elders or northwestern APC members as an unprecedented gathering of political elites disconnected from the real needs of the over 60 million people in the Northwest. Say they, I beg, I know if you explain that. He said democracy is about the people, not a group of sycophants seeking power for its own sake. Okonkwo emphasized that the failure of the opposition in 2023 was largely due to fragmentation, allowing a minority party with only 37% of the total votes to claim the presidency. The only way to get APC out of 2027 election is for the opposition to unite. Nigerians deserve a government rooted in integrity, competence, and a commitment to public welfare, not one focused on power retention. That's why you use declare. And for me, I go add a bit of accountability inside, because if accountability no dey, then what are we doing? You must be accountable to the people that then put you there. Okonkwo also took aim at what he termed the palm wine politics of the APC, likening it to inconsistent ideology of rampant defections to the ever-changing taste of palm wine. Hey, he stated that today they support Tinubu, tomorrow they'll jump ship. That's the instability of the APC representatives. Yay! Now, when asked about ongoing talks between former Vice President Atiku-Obi and Peter Obi regarding a possibility of one-term presidency and a vice president offer, Okonkwo maintained that leadership should be decided by the people, not political arrangements behind closed doors. That was what you heard him respond to. Now, speaking on the Labour Party's ideology, he acknowledged the party's pro worker principles, but expressed concerns about the influx of candidates who joined without fully embracing its values. So, people will join without understanding and embracing the Labour Party values. Despite leaving the Labour Party due to internal challenges, Okonkwo affirmed his continued involvement in politics. He said, I am part of the coalition that is still in the formative stages. We're not rushing into platforms, but when we emerge, Nigerians will hear from us. That's what you talk. So when the coalition emerged, so Nigerians will hear from them. Could that be why Peter Obi has been silent? He said, we may not change the beginning of our story, but we can certainly change how it ends. And I believe we will succeed. Now, so it take talk. What do you think about this thing with Kenneth Okonkwo talk? I'd like to take your thoughts and reactions. My people, phone lines are open. Let's see if we can take some calls very quickly. Join the conversation because this is very interactive. We're talking about the growth and development of our nation. So, we could put our mouths, begin talk about them. Oh yeah, if this is not the first time for you to join us, I beg subscribe now. So subscription is free. It's not GoTV, it's not DSTV. Please now subscribe, like, follow us like a village people, and please like this page or like this post and share it so that more people go hear them and make them understand and be politically aware about what's in the happen for inside our country. And the phone lines are open. If you check inside the pinned post, you will see the comment section. You will see a post where they pinned. Inside them, you will see a link. That link will bring you straight into my studio if you click on that link, and or you call the WhatsApp number where they attached to that comment. The WhatsApp number is 0817 029 4077. 0817 Now the number be that. I'd just like to say a big thank you to people who send their messages. Kenneth, who don't see Ken is here. Thank you. Cheers to you, Kenneth. I appreciate you. And good afternoon, Madam Precious and Menike Oliver. And Menike, how far now? Elliot says she always acts like someone who's suffering from inferiority complex. What exactly is your agenda? Peter Obi is not your issue. You're not fit to be a Nigerian president, because you have no agenda. Hey, it's me 1K. I mean, a 1K. Okay, Berile, it says, Barile. Oh, Barile. Barile says, who owns Fidelity Bank? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? No. For those who think he's Peter Obi that owns Fidelity Bank, I do not. I think he's just one of the board of directors, not that he's the real owner of Fidelity Bank. So, for those who may be thinking he's the owner, please. So, Peter Obi can't be a second fiddle. So this person talk doesn't need to be someone's VP. Okay, now it's in Elliot talk, and then Sowore will die for Peter Obi's matter. He's people should stop now. Don't use strong words like this now. Shawore is a paid agent and hates Igbos with passion. No, now how can he hate Igbos and also campaign the Igbo agenda when the business he exposed the Igbos? There is a sinister plan to stop the Igbos from becoming president of Nigeria. Watching from thank you. Shawore is in you guys are not going to read this one. Ola Tunji Kilo Day. Ayola. A JAMB is very dash. Okay, during my time, immediately after my JAMB exams, in 45 minutes, my result shows. So that useless man called Oleyeye. Hey, Emenike, you guys should be taking it easy now. Because Shawari is an agent of CIA. That's why Nigeria is security agents are always afraid of him. Hey, Munakanyansha. Where do you guys get all of this from? Okay, thank you, Chugs. Good evening to you too. Shawore Zukwanike, Zukwanike, and Anthony Obiora says Shawore is a confused man. You guys, without the insult, can we just go straight to the point and criticize or critique constructively? That would be fair to do, right? Pansat says Shawore, like all cows, never fights people who are his mates. He likes to big people. He likes to big people. So if he loses, people will say he's an underdog. Mm, another one, another angle. Good afternoon, Madam Precious. Boy, how are you doing? How are you? And then you said Shawari has been busted. He can't defend himself. I don't think so. He will talk at the right time. People perhaps take their time. Good evening to you, my lovely sister. Thank you so much, Dynamic Ministry. And good afternoon, Precious. Shawari Peter Obi supposed to be your elder brother, fighting one. Okay, and then he said, What entered you that you will not allow Peter Obi rest? Because allow Peter to breathe. Try and respect him. Mhm. And Itama says Shawore is a bigoted pains to loser and also a psychophant and all ramification. Ha, you guys stop this now. Any coalition without Peter Obi as the presidential candidate and run alongside Ahmed Dati is as his vice. Now so you talk, you know one time like that, he's dead on arrival. All right. Okay, Omoyele Sowore for president in 2027. Revolution now. David Yoha. Yeah, that's a Sowore man there. And any coalition without P2B, I think I've seen this message before. And then this says Fidelity Bank is P2B's bank, so it's expected. And then all of you abusing Shawore will still come back to agree with him. It's let's wait and just see. Time will tell. I don't know why you all have not faced Tinubu and leave Shawore, you hypocrites and cowards. Oh wow, Kehinde. Well, Kehinde, this time around, it is Shawore that keeps coming for Peter Obi, and that's why I raised this conversation. So please, it's not the other way around. So sometimes if you see the truth, you should say the truth, irrespective of whose ox is gored, and not because your person is, at the front burner. All right? Okay. Capable of bringing change to Nigeria. Okay. And so that question, that's one of the reasons Nigerians are asking the questions. I mean, Peter Obi will tell you till today, just like he would say that if you find out anywhere he has taken any money that does not belong to him, tell him. If you find out any money he's making kurukuru way, bring your evidence. But people have fingered Shawari for collecting funds, donations from international community. What did he do to deserve such funding? To millions of naira in no time. What did he do to deserve that? Is he the only journalist in Nigeria? What did he do to deserve that? And is it true that he lives or lived in Radisson for a very long time? How is he able to afford such bill continuously? This is not part of the questions we be saying Nigerians go one know. And the questions we Nigerians they ask. So as much as we support, we should also support with, ask here. Me too, I get a lot of questions. Like the Panama issues, I get to ask Peter Obi to why evade task? It may be your money, but why go and put it in a tax haven, in a place where you don't have to pay too much taxes? He may also say that, oh, because it's my money, I have the right to invest wherever I feel safe for taxes. But why that? Why evading tax? So if you want to, criticize or critique or support somebody, support plainly and not blindly, not because of say that your person, you can keep blind eyes to the support. I appreciate you. Yes, David, you're right. All those who don't have idea of what Shawari stand will continue to beat about the bush. He's been fingered to be, a foreign agent because it's funded by international community. So what do you do about that? Can you also ask him questions concerning that? Yeah. All right. Okay. Coalition win. And then who says here again? All right. I see all your messages. Okay. Don't believe the story is all fake news. Which of them is fake news? Oh, please. Every single thing I see, I always come with evidence. I'm not one of those, so don't even dare. Should go as and work with Peter Obi as a mobilizer. That's the only show we can do. Da, 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 da. Well, I see all your messages and I see all your reactions. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you for joining me on the show. Thank you so much for your thoughts, your reactions, and thank you for your insights. I'll be taking a break now to join you back at 6:30 p.m. as we discuss security in Nigeria with my guests who will be joining me later on the show. Please do want to join us at 6:30 as we discuss this with Mr. Alex Okonkwo. He is a security expert, and you would surely enjoy to be part of. Kindly like the show and also share it, please. It's very important for us to do so. Okay, Mr. Mop is here. I don't know if it's necessary to just take this call, but let's just see if we can do a quick one. A quickie, Mr. Mop. Good evening, and let's do a quickie before I drop the call.
Okay, yeah. Good evening,
Good
and
evening
it's
and
good.
welcome.
Yeah, good
Good
afternoon
afternoon,
here.
anyone. Welcome, please. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just joined because of some of the topic you just in reference to Peter B and
Okay.
Sowore, or the coalition. I cannot look at it. As an Obi supporter, because of
Mm,
the way the Nigerian politics is, I would have
mm,
liked Obi to run by himself. This is the first time I'm making this um commentary in a public platform. For
mm-hmm.
my the way the Nigerian politics is right now, I don't mind Obi being a vice president. Maybe his turn will come. That's the way, because of the way Nigerian
Even though,
politics.
considering that they said all vice presidential candidates or vice presidents are spectators who are not allowed to
It's
do it, you
okay.
don't mind?
The obedience should be wise in when it comes to
No.
Nigerian politics. If it is where there's a scenario, everything is perfect. It doesn't, I wouldn't have liked Obi to run with anybody, be a vice president for anybody. But because of Nigerian politics, the Igbos has to be wise. They have to know how to play the Nigerian politics. That's the way I'm looking at it. They have to rethink the way. I'm not saying they are not being marginalized or whatever. We know about that, but they have to start playing a very wise politics. If Obi can be a
Mm.
vice president right now, yeah, I'm for it. But I, I've been thinking about it. The way it is, Obi can't run and win by himself. I don't see that. I mean, because if you have people like Atiku and some other people, they can be able to manage, to any kind of try to ring the election or whatever because of their political machine. They can toward that effort. If we be run and everything is clear, I know we can win, but with the present Nigerian political situation, Obi can win by himself. This is just my personal opinion. I hope I'm
Thank you.
wrong. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's
Thank
what I'm
you.
thinking. Yeah. Speaking about Sowore,
Okay.
I'm not gonna come here and bash Sowore, but
Mm.
the way he's playing his politics like would be his problem, but it's all politics. But he's playing the politics in a wrong way. He's not going to get anywhere with the kind of politics that he's playing. Yeah, you can bash your opponent or whatever. It's all political leverages, but you can't get a leverage from Obi. Maybe he's kind of jealous because Obi took his paper or whatever, but that's not going
Took
to
his
bring them
people
back.
how?
Well, the obedience, they said the obedience used to be for Sowore before. About I don't know how many percentage of them that
Mm.
let's show what right. That has been the speculation. That
Oh, I've
maybe
never heard this. Really?
yeah, they say most
Oh,
of the
wow.
look at what happened during the last election. How many did he get? Most of he has a lot of obedient supporters. I don't know what percentage, 2, 3, 10%. I don't know,
Mm.
but yeah, most of them deflected to be. That's what really in my own opinion. But it doesn't really matter. He's not going to get them back. He has to play very wise politics. He's a little bit younger than Obi, but criticizing Obi or criticizing other people, I don't have any issue with them. It's all politics. But what is criticizing Obi gonna what leverage are you gonna get from criticizing Obi? That's where I think he's wrong. I like Sowore, but in his main political ideology, the way he has to be able to work with people, whether they are
So
evil
you think
or
he
good
needs
or
to be
what.
more
eh,
strategic?
Exactly, in order to achieve his aim. So I mean that's where I really fought him because he has been on a platform, where we are in United States, or like, I told him about that, but he was very arrogant. But hey, it is politics about it. But
Arrogant.
anyway,
But you cannot be
yeah, because
arrogant.
he said
No, but he
no. He
cannot be
said
arrogant when we also accuse. We are all accusing the people in power of being arrogant, and then you two want to come and be arrogant.
yeah, yeah.
Then
You
what
was
is the
arrogant because
difference? Then
we,
what is the
we,
difference you're bringing? You're not making any difference.
we
You
try to give
cannot.
him a
You cannot make a difference with having the same attitude of the people that you accuse. It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
work that way.
Precious, we tried to give him advice. That wasn't even coming from me. There was other people that was giving him advice. Maybe you should go run from local politics and become a local government or whatever. Maybe start from that area. He said, "You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to do that. I'm the presidential candidate. I'm going to win." That's for the junior people. So that's what I'm saying. The way he responded to that question. But anyway, that's who he is. I mean, I like him, but I don't see him having any headway in Nigerian politics because Nigerian politics is so crooked. You have to be part of them. I'm not saying you have to be crooked, in order to get there. One more last question about this Panama paper they are talking about. Okay,
Mm.
I understand. It's part of it's a lot of if you go to that website or wherever, it's a lot of people that have
Oh, by
put
the
their
way, it's
money.
not just him. There are other world leaders that were also guilty of
Oh,
similar.
let me
So
let me
this
tell
is not
you,
A Peter
we
Obi
have a
thing. Or
president.
just
Let me tell you, if you're not aware of it, I think like was it about 12 years ago or more than that, that run against Obama, right? His name is Mitt Romney, right? He has a lot of money in offshore account, and that came up, and that never disqualified him. A lot of them did it, but is it the right thing? But it's not against the law. Believe me, that's what you have to understand. That part is not against the law. There has been a lot of politicians that has, in
if he was against the law, he would have been prosecuted. So that's what I'm
oh
saying.
yeah,
Even in the UK, there were leaders also who were found guilty of the same Panama issue. So if it was something that was totally a crime, as it were, they would have all been held. Trust, at least if they don't punish them for Nigeria, they could punish them for those countries. Then
yeah,
so
yeah, it's an
where are
invasion
they
of
where are
tax
they
to it.
working
It's an
from?
invasion of tax to a
Mm.
certain degree, but I mean, the situation is there for them to endure that. So whether it's right or wrong, so I'm not going to hold to be accountable for that. Am I going to do it? I don't know. Precious. If I'm in a big position, was I going to do it? Yeah, I will. I'm very
Mhm.
conservative when it comes to,
Eh,
physical conservative. Yeah, I'm physical
okay.
conservative, but liberal in certain area. So I'm
All
I'm
right.
not 14 okay. So,
All right.
but
Thank you.
anyway, let me go.
That's
Okay,
your
nice,
opinion.
nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you. Okay,
So join me
bye bye.
back in the evening, 6:30 p.m., please. Thank you.
I will do that. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. All right. Hello. Good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening, Pepper.
Sir.
You see,
Mm-hmm.
you see this show worry matter.
What's in do you?
You see some people they know they understand some things. You see,
How?
show worry is not just a spoiler; it's a destroyer.
Uh-uh. Why?
Show worry is more dangerous than somebody like Samuel Ekpa.
Hey.
If you talk of spoilers, you mention people like Tope Fasua. Maybe say they play the politics because of personal gain, because of what they want get. What show worry want gain. That some people they motivate them.
Mm.
According to Fidelity, he say the bed they dance. Say somebody they play the drum for him inside the bush. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, might tell you my story. There was a time back then when I was staying in Calabar. I used to have a friend. This guy they live lavishly. Then I'll park my car because his car was superior than my own. I'll park my car and in car the drive. So one of those days, the guy calls me, make I say, he didn't like the way I did drive, or say ain't go like make I walk with him. I was like, what do they do? We want make I walk with you. Can't tell me saying they to Bunkry. I can't say Bunkry. And then just imagine then I was earning 1 ticket a month. This guy can't tell me say, say if I go one trip, they say they will give me 300,000 and I'm weekly. So it entered my eye. I was like, I didn't interested because they will carry me home on the one day. So that one day I don't really remember say, this guy will go for that call. Well, put in the work, yes, come back before weekend, my 300K, next week I will pay again. I don't really, normally they don't plan how you use spend the money, save the money, do this and that. Before you know, that money reach, I call the guy to pick my phone. On Tuesday morning, the guy was like, say, don't worry yourself. Say, say you receive urgent call. Now why carry people that money? Say next week I will resume. I said no problem. Before you know, I no come hear from the guy again. 1 month pass, 2 months pass, 3rd month, one of our friends come from Calabar, come go Port Harcourt.
Okay.
So when the guy,
you go help me rush this story up, oh. Just rush and sharp.
Sure. So when the guy come back, guys say, say this guy where all of us they find, we say they don't kill the guy for Port Harcourt. I was like,
kill him.
Yes. I was like, what's happen? Then they come say, say the guy now I'm robbed by him.
Hey.
Say they go rob. Say when they go rob. As a rob finish, so now be the gang leader. So I think come outside, bring out in gun to scare people. So one mopo where they guide another company for the side, just shoot them for head.
Whoops.
That's what the guy. So my wife on the reason I say, God. So I think I follow this guy go. So I for become arm robber. I for become arm robber driver. You understand?
But how this conversation I use concerning Sowore matter who they talk about?
My point be this. Some people they know when they enter the team. Like me, I don't follow the guy go. Before you know, they go say me.
So are you saying that Sowore may be working for the Western world really without knowing it?
It might be working for them without knowing. He might be doing some things without knowing that this thing, now waiting this Western people, they use me. You see, since the time where they be doing, don't comment this thing. See, if they avoid them.
He never talk about him really. He never even answered David for inside Twitter because as Isabi shared tweet, he never and like I said, I don't personally also send a message to tell and say, see waiting David talk for my platform. I beg, can't respond because by right for journalism, you get the right to respond. You never even answer that message at all.
Say most people when they come your platform now, when they talk, say they attack show, say they attack show where they bring show where they matter up. They don't even know say you even came more closer to Sowore than Peter Obi. Because I know you personally brought Sowore to this BOP now. Even that you understand. So most people know they understand all these things. For you to even give Sowore the privilege, say, okay, come and respond to these things. Now because of the relationship you have with him. And for him now to God they dodge this thing now, on you go down they look and say, so these people they don't use me all this while I don't know what things say they cash out from their body.
Right.
You understand?
Thank you. I feel you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, then bye. Thank you. Bye.
Keep the good work.
Well done. Thank you, my brother. Okay. Let's see if I can talk to Comrade Omori. Comrade, are you there?
Good morning. Yeah, good day, Precious.
Good day. Welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Where are you calling from?
Calling for the United States.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thank you for the good job, first of all.
Thank you.
Before I start, I want to make it clear that I'm neither a spokesman for Sowore, nor is legal counsel. But we should be talking of building bridges instead of causing disharmony between Sowore and Peter Obi.
Did you hear how this conversation started?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to supporters on both sides.
Okay. No. Me, I don't even ask you if you hear how the matter takes start because time and time again, Sowore keeps posting about Peter Obi and maligning his person.
Yeah, I'm going there.
And this time around, I'm sorry in case you didn't join the show from the beginning. So there was a visit to the Vatican and a picture.
I heard you.
Yes. And you see, say Sahara reporters post them based on the explanation we Bayo Ononoga give. When me say Nafayemi practically drag Peter Obi to go snap picture or to go meet the president. But that
was a good move.
Wait, but that was not how Sowore put it on his Twitter. He can't make and they like saying a gang of people then way they against Nigeria they together. Like say all of them they work together. If your paper can know the truth, why don't you also tweet the truth? And that's just what Nigerians are saying. And at the end of the day, you know that whatever I put up here, it's not my personal opinion. It's based on the reaction of Nigerians.
I understand you, Precious. I understand.
Thank you.
So you see, this is in as much as I want Peter Obi and Sowore to work together because they have something in common. I think they have in common is a better society, considering their disposition.
Okay.
But if you look at what is going on, if you look recently, this is kind of politics I don't like. The politics of bitterness and acrimony is not going to help either of them. If you look recently, people pulling up photographs with Ribadu. Those were the photographs taken in 2017, 2018, when Sowore was preparing for his first presidential
But does
election.
it really matter when that photograph was taken? At the end of the
Yeah,
day,
it
he's the same
matters.
people, right?
It
No, no, no.
matters.
You
Let
know
me
why?
defend
You
that
know
one
why?
quickly.
You know why? No,
For what
I'm
you're
coming.
saying.
I know, and I know why I'm saying this
But
because to him too, it does not matter whether Peter Obi had been with so people before now or not. It doesn't matter. He still uses it to accuse Peter Obi till today. So
yeah,
when we see,
can you let
let's call
me
it
defend
good.
myself? I
All
was
right.
trying to make a statement. You should have allowed me to land.
Okay, go ahead. No, you did sound like say you did
Ribadu,
subtly defend Sowore for in actions. That's what the way you're sounding. In
yeah,
case you don't know, that's the way you're
yeah,
sounding.
yeah.
And that's why
I'm not.
I'm also putting the
Yeah,
record
yeah,
straight to you. Go ahead.
exactly. Ribadu, before now, if you remember vividly, was the chairman of ESCC under Obasanjo.
You
To
will make
most
this.
young
We
people,
all know that.
yeah, to most young people, he was a role model, considering what he did. Though later he was perceived to be used to be an instrument in the hands of Obasanjo against his political opponent, right? But he made some good moves. If you listen to the interview Sahara reporters granted Ribadu in New York, there were a lot of accusations against the same Paula Tinubu is working for today. So, in that light, Ribadu was seen as a role model, as a credible factor, for a better Nigeria. So that was what they had in common. As at when Sowore was in Ribadu State, where those photographs were taken, he didn't even know. There was no thing to tell Sowore that he was going to work for Tinubu. Ribadu was coming to work for Tinubu. It was when Sowore was being accused of not penetrating the North, he had to make such a move. People are still accusing him today of not campaigning. With the photographs you saw with Ribadu,
And then David, that is aside. There were
I'm
things that were
coming there if I have
mentioned.
the time.
There
If
were
I have
things
the
that were
time, I'll
mentioned
come
with
there.
evidences. The fact that he's received millions of dollars from Western
I'm
world.
coming there.
What
I'm
purpose?
coming there.
That's one. Has
I'm
he been
coming there.
living in
For one of
Radisson Blue? What is the source of income that he will live in Radisson Blue for that long? These are questions. And then David again
okay.
accused him of being both the spokesperson and this and that to AAC at the same time. Is that true? See, there's something called the writing process.
One at a
And
time. I'm coming
I
there.
put up evidence here to say, me reach out to him personally, say, please, these accusations against you, could you respond? Even if that's just one tweet to respond to me or one message, one reply, say, no, this is it. This is the explanation. It suffices. But there hasn't been
Yeah.
any explanation to that. And David don't even tag him to tweet at different time on those things. He never reply one day to David Hundeyin. Why? Go ahead.
All right. I'm coming. I'm coming there. I'm coming there.
Please make it quick.
If you give me
Make it
time,
quick. Thank you.
please, I'll make it quick.
Hmm.
So the policies of bitterness, which I don't want, which is not going to work for any of us, is what I just started from one angle. I'm coming to all these sides you just enumerated. People pulling out those photographs did not mean well for, they were trying to cause disharmony. That is politics of bitterness. You knew exactly where those people, the purpose of those photographs. You knew where they emanated from. Bringing
Oh,
them
we
at this
all know
time.
this one now.
Wait,
And
I'm
me too.
coming.
And me too. And me, no, no, no. What you're doing, you're taking us back. And I think this is really irrelevant. Did Sowore now
Okay, that
know
one, okay.
exactly this picture when post on Twitter today of Peter Obi? Did you know exactly the reason why Peter Obi snapped with President Tinubu? Why did he post it like that? It's the same thing
Exactly.
you're accusing him, people of doing to him, that he's doing consistently. It
Yeah,
doesn't consistently. So why? So let's just
that is
attend
the
to that and
bitter.
move on. It's not
Okay,
fair.
that is the
We should
bitter
be
politics
addressing
which
this.
I don't.
All sides should not be doing this. It's unfair. You
Exactly.
don't continuously
Exactly.
try to put
Yeah,
down another person if that is
as per
what
the
they
money.
are all doing to each other. Because me, I am for everybody and for nobody as I did like this. I'm not even saying I just want a good
Yeah.
Nigeria. That's all. However, that better Nigeria will come. I don't care if it's Lagbaja that will give us a better Nigeria. I'm fine with it. So I don't care if the
Yeah,
person
you
is
know,
from Kafanchan.
the,
So So, but all of this,
I'm not here to defend.
let's not try to make excuses for some people for their actions and ignore the same
They are doing
fault
the
of
same thing they are
others.
accusing Sowore of doing. That's my point. We are saying the same thing.
And he too keeps doing the same thing.
Two
I mean,
wrongs cannot make a right. Two wrongs
no,
cannot make a right.
don't even get it. It is not P2B himself that did that. P2B has never responded to Sowore. It is not P2B.
Yeah, people jump
Those
at
are his
it as if
supporters.
it was a recent,
Those
you
are
know,
his supporters.
if,
So if P2B supporters do something, they Sowore himself, in they too big for that thing now. By his own self on Twitter, go come they also post it, say no be true.
yeah, he cannot be responding to those agents. They have a principal, he feels those are not his problem. It's like when two people are quarreling, no matter how beautiful or how handsome they
I
are.
tell you the truth? Can I tell you the truth? It consistently looks like there is an agenda to deliberately put down the character. That is water down the character of P2B.
Precious, most
From the
times
side.
too.
That's
Most
the way it
times too.
appears. And that
Exactly.
is why it would have been fair if he can respond to these. Okay, by saying every time you say that all of them are the same, okay, who be the good person? Now only you be the good person. You one will be the good person. People now don't accuse you of being arrogant. Can you clear your name on that? People don't accuse you of getting funds. What be they use those funds? What are those funds for? You will be the
let
good
me
person.
answer.
At the end of the day, I'm coming. At the end of the day, somehow all of us get one thing or the other what we don't do for back. We're not too good. That same thing we're accusing others of.
Because we are human.
God bless me. God, Nana, you sabi something.
No
Because
human being is perfect.
Then why
No
make people
perfection in
look like
humanity.
evil? Nobody. You know
No
that.
perfection in humanity.
So that's just what
we're
some
not
people
looking
are
for a
saying.
Messiah. We're not looking for a Messiah. We're just looking for a leader.
Answer them now. So can you just, now that you've answered it, we can now move on. Please, as
yeah, I'm trying to strike a balance. I'm trying to strike a balance that another thing, as per the fund he was talking about, he was asked on an interview. Like I said before, I'm not his spokesman. He started our Sahara Reporters in his basement in New York or New Jersey somewhere. When he left Nigeria, when people were after his life. So when he wanted to grow, there was need to collaborate with certain organizations. Like every other, he needed.
So till today, what would you say his consistent source of income is? All of us know how much they come out from the media industry. I'm a media person, and we can probe how much comes out from a media job. What would you say is his genuine source of income to sustain his family?
He did not deny the grant. He did not. In the previous interview he granted, he never denied taking a grant from a Ford Foundation. He said, like every other institutions, he accepted it. So I'm not speaking for Sowore, but this is what came out from Sowore's mouth. He accepted. He was asked, where did you? He said, like he even mentioned Harvard University. He said, like every other institution, when he needed to grow, when he needed to expand from that space of his basement, he needed financial support. He approached a certain organization for fund. He never denied it. The first one he got was about $50,000. He never denied it. He never denied it. But another thing,
that money is running into millions of dollars, right?
Gradually, maybe from time to time. Sahara Sport has started for.
It's not gradually. There was the money that within the space of 2 years got to see it. See it here. See it. I'm showing you evidence on your screen. In fact, it's open on their Wikipedia page because it was David that called attention to it. Incidentally, I didn't even go digging all these things until David called attention to it. So it's not like it was something that I bothered about. I'm not an investigative journalist, and I'm proud to say that. I like to mind my business, right? So I don't go digging into people's private life because I want to be a journalist.
Precious, I'm not disputing what you display here.
You're saying it. So
can I also shock you?
So please be quick with
If he's working for the Western, if he's a Western agent, as they try to, claim, Sowore in the last presidential election was the only one that was speaking. Will even have the voice to speak against IMF, a policy of subsidy removal. He was the only one among all the presidential candidates that said subsidy is the only thing the Nigerian masses are benefiting from. There's no way he would remove it. He would deal with the fraud in the subsidy, and they allow Nigerians to enjoy, the real Nigerians, the downtrodden to enjoy the subsidy. Will he have taken money from them and be speaking against their policy? Would that not be tantamount to controversy and big contradiction? Okay. So he's the only one that
Can I ask you a question? One thing I have fact checked that I know today is that I haven't seen anywhere from my investigation that Peter Obi has taken 1 naira in terms of what's in the column, 1 naira in terms of benefits, severance benefits from Anambra State. Why does he not also state that Peter Obi is the only governor who does not take who has not taken benefit from his state in terms of pension? If that is one thing that you can say that that man did good.
That is
If
a
that is
plus. That's a credible.
I am not saying Peter B is a perfect man, just like you have also mentioned that Sowore is not a
That
perfect
is
man.
a big plus on the part of Peter
So
Obi.
why do you always clamp down on the man and then not also look at remove the small wats in your own eyes? That is the question people are asking. You don't get it. You have just said it that
Yeah,
none of us are perfect. Why do you always clamp down on this person without
yeah,
at least singling out one thing that he's done right and say, okay, for on this part too, I agree with, I mean, do well. But the other part too, do you understand? You never see
yeah,
anything good in him. Why?
yeah. Well, I
And
think
then almost every interview you have to say one or two controversial things about the man.
most of those
And
interviews
then that
too,
man has never, and that man has never even responded to you before. You
Precious.
know,
Most
I
of those
don't,
interviews too, people always take they make it deliberate to ask Sowore about Peter Obi. Even
because
some
of
of
the
them,
president, because of
he
the
tried to
president.
avoid.
Me
He
too. Don't
tried to
ask from
avoid.
me too.
He
Don't
tried
ask
to
from that.
avoid
You
going
don't
that
get
line.
me too.
It,
Don't ask
it,
that same question. But then again, now because of the president, he don't say for what he don't talk before. Now you go make me ask him because I go want make it clear him. So if
sometimes he
they
tried
ask
to
you
avoid going
again,
that
if they
line.
ask you again, and you can't realize, say, okay, this person they right for this side and they wrong. So why don't you balance it? Must you say everything bad about the person? That's the question.
Yeah, that is the aspect of the politics. I tell you, I'm not too
Okay.
interested in. But then politics like a warfare. To them, everything is fair. If you are quarreling with somebody, no matter how beautiful or handsome you think the person is, you don't come and say applaud them. You want to discredit them so you can have a leverage over them. That is politics for you, not just in Nigeria, even in United States of America.
You started this conversation by saying that you're not Showere's defender. People are saying that
I'm
you
not, but
know,
the way they
but
come at Sowore too.
people they talk now say they know you to be Showore defender, just like me too. I know you
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
a supporter of Sowore. I will come a long
because
way.
if
We
there
were
is
in the
anything,
trenches together.
if there is anything, I even like a Showore personality a lot. I like him. You understand that. But then for me, I stand for justice, equity,
Was
fairness.
he also taking
Let's
money? Was he
let's
also taking
let's
money from
let's let's
West when he
what
was the student union
let's
leader in Lagos?
oh
When he fought
no.
against Abacha and Abibi, was he also taking money from the West? Today, he speaks against the West. He speaks against the new colonialists. He speaks against them at every opportunity he has. How can he be taking money from them and be speaking against them? So that is a contradiction there. Okay, somebody asked you now again. Peter Obi, for example.
Where and where has he spoken about neocolonialism apart from IMF conversation?
He has not ever hidden it. Okay, I just gave you an
No, I
example
want to know. I
of
want to
subsidy
know.
removal. The subsidy removal was a script from the IMF. So if he was taking
I
money
said
from them,
apart from the IMF. I just mentioned that apart
yes.
from the IMF, where and where has he spoken
So
against
Wuri has never stopped at
the
every
Western world?
opportunity to speak against the deliberate attempt by the West to make Africa poor so that they can continue to exploit Africa for resources. He has never stopped speaking against that. Except you're not another follower. I've known Sowore for more than 35 years. We've come a long way. So it's not something, I'm not saying he's a perfect human being. He has his own flaws, like every one of us. But because he's speaking against Peter Obi, whenever he's asked questions about Peter Obi, to just discredit him, to make him look like a Western agent, he's a paid agent. Does he not speak against Tinubu every time? Even in this caption, they did remove Tinubu to make him look like somebody that has never done anything. Most people type in here. Let them go to Nigeria and fight for 1 week and see what it takes to be an activist in Nigeria. So let
So wait,
them go to Nigeria and fight for just 1 day. Let them know the risk Sowore is taking, putting his life and everything on the line. It's not just enough to type here and damage Sowore as if he's nobody, as if he has ever done anything for the same country. That
you're
was
the
the same
one,
way they
you're
were
the one
accusing him of
stressing,
being an agent, of bringing
you're the one screening
Buhari to
yourself
power.
now.
The same
You're the one
Buhari
screening
incarcerated him and
yourself
almost
now.
killed him. The same Buhari killed his brother. The same Buhari deprived him from seeing his family for more than 4 years. How does that even add up?
Did he campaign against Jonathan in 2015 or not?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so
Was there need
just
to
hold
campaign
on
against
now.
Jonathan?
We're coming
I'm
now.
putting the same question to
No, no,
you.
no, no, no. I am not saying. I'm not saying you should campaign in favor of Jonathan.
Was
If he
Jonathan
campaigned, just
accusation
hold on.
perfect?
Jonathan was rubbish. I agree. But if he campaigned against
So
Jonathan,
what is wrong if
just
I want to
hold on now.
Sowore said
Or
about
rather, they
Jonathan?
shout for me. You're not going to shout for me now. Oh, if your voice loud, my own self go
I'm
loud.
sorry
If,
about that.
if he campaigned against Jonathan and there were two major candidates in that election, who was he invariably or on underground campaigning for if he campaigned against one? And did
Can
not
I
talk
answer
anything
that?
against the other. And he did not talk openly against Buhari in that election. So who was he indirectly
He
campaigning
did.
for?
He campaigned
Okay,
against the
okay. So
atrocities
just
committed by
then I'm coming.
Buhari.
Then I'm coming. Wait. If you campaign in an election, you campaigned against Jonathan, you campaigned against Buhari, and you know that they were the two major candidates, and every other person no get featured. Then waiting you they tend to achieve. What was he trying to achieve? The spoiler that people are calling him.
That is subjective. Depends on how you look at it.
You see.
So because you didn't want to speak against, because you
It's
didn't
okay.
want to support Buhari,
Let's
does
let
not
this sleep,
like the
please. Thank
Aisha
you
of this
so
world.
much.
Aisha today is the one supporting Obi, right? Aisha today was vehemently against Buhari.
Yes,
So
yes. I said that.
how do you place that?
Mm. It's
A
okay,
lot
no
of people
problem.
were against Buhari,
So,
against Jonathan.
so the essence of this platform is for us to all air our view. So if you notice, when you post a message against anybody, if I like, make I talk about my papa here, you put your comments, abuse my papa, I go show and make them read them because it's your opinion. It does not mean that that abuse has stuck to my father's body, even in his grave. Do you understand me? So I am not partial. I try to be as neutral as possible. Do you understand? And that's why when
Yeah,
people post message in
that's
favor, I'll put it on. And that's why I'm letting you talk for this long. But then I also have to play the devil's advocate for the other party when they are not, when they don't have the opportunity to ask you that question directly. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And I hope you understand that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, comrade. Do enjoy the rest of your
thank
day.
you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you. Bye. All right, guys. Now here I go call a meeting. Let me go and rest. I love you guys and I appreciate it. I see all the responses and Glasgow's. Let's come back at 6:30. In the next one, our 20 minutes, right? And our guests will be standing by to join us. I love you. Be good. Let's continue to fight for the growth and development of our country. If this is your first time of joining us, please kindly click on the subscription button. Please subscribe and like and also comment. Kindly subscribe, like this particular post and comment, please. I'd like to get your thoughts and reactions on all of the things that we've discussed so far. Kindly subscribe on the page. Subscription are free now. No be DSTV, no be Go TV, so you need to pay money for them. So kindly subscribe. It is for free. And also like. I appreciate you guys. I love you so dearly. See you in a bit in the next 1 hour, 20 minutes. God willing. See you soon.